Hello, and welcome to the official RunBones CC bone running guide for old school RuneScape. Today, we will teach you how to become an efficient bone runner. The first step to becoming a bone runner is to make sure you have RuneLite installed on your computer. Once downloaded, make sure to have the following plugins installed and enabled. Under Menu Entry Swapper, Item Swaps, make sure to have the Bury option selected. This will stop you from accidentally burying your client's bones. Under Menu Entry Swapper and then Object Swaps, go down to House Advertisement and make sure it's set to Visit Last. This will allow you to enter the POH you are running in without having to right-click every time. Next, you'll want to make sure you have Entity Hider enabled. This will only show people that are in your friends chat or the chat channel. Next, make sure to hold Shift and right-click on Files and the House Advertisement board to mark both of them. This will make them easier to see when you're running bones. Lastly, please turn on the bone running plugin. If you don't have it installed, you can install it on the plugin hub. Now that you have all of your plugin settings configured, let's move on to the fun part. When you find a client in the CC, you'll want to know a few things before you start running for them. The first thing you'll want to ask is if they're AFKing or ticking. AFK is when the client is using one bone on the Gilded Altar and letting the game auto-bury the rest of the inventory. Ticking is when the client uses each bone on the altar manually. This method is much faster than AFK. Once you and your client determine the training method, you'll want to know how many bones they're willing to run with you. This will allow us to determine the cost of the run. Built into the sidebar of your RuneLite client, you will see the bone running calculator. You can use this to determine the total cost of the run for your client depending on the number of bones and which method they will be training with. When you meet the client in the POH, make sure to right-click and set them as a client. This will track your trades with them to prevent scamming. After that, ask them to trade you and accept their trade offer, bones, and GP for the run. If the client has the Accept Trade Delay setting enabled, please ask your client to remove it under their Settings tab by searching for Delay and unchecking it. Once you have the noted bones in payment, leave the house and use the noted bones on files. When you approach him, hold 3 down on your keyboard to unnote the bones. Once unnoted, click on the house advertisement board to return to the house. While entering the house, click on any of the trade requests to return to your client and simply trade them the bones. After they accept, repeat this process until all of the bones are gone. After each run, you can encourage your client to leave a review on Discord. This will help you with moving up within the clan, which will ultimately increase your running rates. We hope you've enjoyed this bone running guide. For more information, join us at discord.gg/runners. Happy running!